Commander Isabella Reyes stood at the observation deck of the hidden lunar base Sierra, her dark eyes fixed on the holographic display showing thousands of previously invisible alien vessels surrounding Earth. The discovery had come just 3 hours ago when Dr. James Kumar's quantum detection array had finally pierced through their advanced cloaking technology. "They've been watching us for centuries," Dr. Kumar said, his weathered hands adjusting the display controls. "Every milestone, every advancement, every step toward the stars, they were there, invisible guardians keeping humanity contained." The room fell silent as military and scientific leaders from Earth's United Defense Council absorbed the implications. Admiral Victoria Torres, her silver-streaked black hair pulled back in a tight bun, stepped forward. "Show me the distribution pattern again." The hologram shifted, revealing concentric rings of alien vessels positioned strategically throughout the solar system. Their designs were elegant, almost organic, with smooth curves and crystalline structures that seemed to bend light itself. "The closest vessels are in low Earth orbit," Kumar continued, "but they maintain minimal safe distance to avoid detection by our conventional systems. The outer rings extend past Neptune, creating a complete containment grid." Reyes felt her jaw clench. Humanity had wondered why they'd never encountered alien life despite decades of space exploration. Now they knew. They'd been living in a carefully constructed cage. "What changed?" Torres asked, voicing the question on everyone's mind. "Why reveal themselves now?" Dr. Kumar pulled up another display, this one showing energy readings from the alien fleet. "They didn't choose to reveal themselves. Our quantum detection technology finally evolved enough to see through their camouflage. They don't know we can see them yet." General Marcus Wright, head of Earth's Advanced Weapons Division, leaned forward. "Then we have an advantage. For the first time in history, we can observe them without their knowledge." "More than that," Reyes interjected, pulling up her own research data. "We've been developing technologies they don't expect us to have. Project Prometheus isn't just theoretical anymore." The room's attention shifted to her. Project Prometheus had been her life's work for the past decade, a revolutionary propulsion and defense system that operated on principles different from anything humanity had previously attempted. "The gravitational manipulation drive is ready for full-scale testing," she continued. "And the adaptive shield matrix has exceeded all performance metrics. We could build a ship, something they've never seen before." Admiral Torres studied the technical specifications scrolling across her tablet. "How long?" 6 months for the prototype. The facility is already prepared beneath Olympus Mons on Mars. We can construct it right under their nose. They're so focused on Earth they barely monitor the colonial outposts." General Wright's expression hardened. "And weapons?" "The quantum cascade cannon is ready," Reyes replied. "It's not as elegant as their technology, but it operates on principles they don't use. Their defenses won't be optimized against it." The next hour was filled with intense discussion as the council debated their options. They could reveal their knowledge of the alien presence and attempt diplomatic contact. They could continue to play ignorant while building their defenses. Or they could take bold action, show the galaxy that humanity wouldn't accept being caged. The decision, when it came, was unanimous. "Begin construction immediately," Torres ordered. "Complete radio silence. Everything goes through quantum encrypted channels. Select your crew carefully, Commander Reyes. You'll be humanity's first line of defense." As the meeting adjourned, Reyes remained at the window, watching Earth rotate slowly below. Soon, very soon, their invisible wardens would learn that their containment protocols had failed. Humanity had outgrown their cage, and the consequences would echo across the galaxy. In the months that followed, construction proceeded in absolute secrecy. The ship took shape in the massive underground facility, its hull incorporating technologies that even a year ago would have seemed impossible. Dr. Kumar's team had reverse-engineered several principles from observing the alien vessels, but Reyes's innovations went beyond simple imitation. The gravitational drive would allow them to move in ways the aliens wouldn't expect. The adaptive shields could learn from enemy weapons and adjust in real time. And the quantum cascade cannon represented an entirely new approach to space combat. As Reyes walked through the partially completed command deck, she felt a surge of pride. This ship wasn't just a response to the alien blockade, it was humanity's declaration of independence. When they finally revealed themselves, the Watchers would learn that their quiet prisoners had become something far more dangerous than they could have anticipated. The galaxy was about to change, and humanity would no longer accept the role of caged curiosity. They would take their place among the stars, whether their hidden wardens approved or not. Run the final diagnostic sequence, she ordered her engineering team. We launch in 30 days. The UES Spectre lived up to its name. Even as Commander Reyes walked through its completed corridors, the smart metal walls seemed to shift and blur, adapting to their surroundings. The ship was a masterpiece of human innovation, not just a vessel, but a statement of defiance. Lieutenant Kira Patel, the ship's tactical officer, fell into step beside her. Final weapons calibration is complete, Commander. The quantum cascade cannon exceeded all test parameters. Chief Richards says it's like we've built a shotgun that fires holes in spacetime. Reyes smiled at the description. Nathan Richards, their chief engineer, had a gift for simplifying complex concepts. The quantum cascade cannon was anything but simple, it created localized ruptures in spacetime that would bypass conventional shields, but thinking of it as a sophisticated shotgun wasn't entirely inaccurate. What about our guests? Reyes asked, referring to the alien vessels that continuously patrolled Mars' orbit, still unaware of what lay beneath the surface of Olympus Mons. Still maintaining their standard patrol patterns, Patel reported. Dr. Kumar's latest analysis suggests they've grown complacent. They haven't adjusted their surveillance protocols in over 50 years. They reached the bridge, where the rest of the command crew was assembling for final launch preparations. The circular room was a testament to human ergonomics, with stations arranged in concentric rings around the central command position. Every surface could reconfigure itself based on the operator's needs, using the same smart metal technology that made up the ship's hull. Status report, Reyes ordered, taking her place at the command station. Lieutenant Commander David Okonjo, their navigation specialist, spoke first. Gravitational drive is operating at peak efficiency. The simulation runs suggest we'll be able to move in ways their tracking systems aren't designed to detect. It's like we're speaking a different physics language. Environmental systems are green, reported Dr. Yuki Tanaka, their chief medical officer and environmental specialist. The biomimetic life support can adapt to any damage almost instantly. We could take a direct hit to life support and the system would reconfigure before anyone noticed a pressure drop. Chief Richards' voice came over the comm from engineering. Power systems are nominal, Commander. The zero-point energy matrix is stable, and the quantum shielding is responsive. This ship is ready to dance. Reyes nodded, pulling up the tactical display. The alien vessels above were clearly visible now, thanks to Kumar's detection technology. Their patrol patterns were precise, mathematical, and predictable. The aliens relied too heavily on their advanced technology, assuming that nothing could surprise them. Begin launch sequence, she ordered. Shadow Protocol Alpha. The underground chamber that had been their construction dock for the past 6 months began to transform. The ceiling split open, revealing not the Martian sky, but a series of quantum mirrors that would make their emergence invisible to conventional detection methods. All hands, this is the commander, Reyes announced shipwide. What we do today will change the course of human history. For centuries, we've been watched, contained, treated like children who couldn't be trusted with the truth about our universe. That ends now. The Spectre's systems hummed to life, its revolutionary drive creating a bubble of altered spacetime around the ship. They weren't just invisible, they were operating outside the normal rules of physics that the aliens relied upon. Navigation, plot course for the outer system edge. Tactical, maintain full spectrum analysis of patrol vessels. Engineering, keep the quantum signature masked. Let's show them what happens when you underestimate humanity. The ship rose silently through the quantum mirrors, emerging onto the Martian surface like a ghost. Above them, the alien patrol vessels continued their endless circles, their sophisticated sensors blind to the revolutionary vessel rising from the planet's surface. Multiple contacts, Patel reported calmly. Nearest patrol vessel is 3,000 kilometers out, maintaining standard sweep pattern. They haven't detected us. The Spectre accelerated, but not in any way the aliens would recognize. Instead of conventional thrust, the ship created a series of microscopic spacetime distortions, effectively sliding between the moments of now, invisible to traditional sensors. As they passed within 100 kilometers of the nearest alien vessel, Reyes studied its design. The alien ship was beautiful, all crystalline surfaces and flowing lines, a testament to centuries of technological advancement. But it was also arrogant in its perfection, assuming that its sophisticated systems could detect any threat. Record everything, Reyes ordered. Every detail of their ships, every frequency they use, every pattern they follow. When we reveal ourselves, I want humanity's first impression to be unforgettable. The Spectre continued its ghost-like ascent through the Martian defense grid, passing between patrol vessels like a shadow between stars. Each successful encounter confirmed what Reyes had hoped: the aliens' technology, for all its advancement, was limited by their assumptions about how space travel worked. "Commander," Richards called from engineering, "the drive is performing better than expected. The aliens' gravity wake is actually helping us move, like we're surfing on their blind spots." It was perfect validation of humanity's approach. While the aliens had refined their existing technology to remarkable levels, humans had looked for entirely new solutions. The quantum cascade cannon, the gravitational drive, the adaptive shields, they were all based on principles the aliens had never explored. As the Spectre reached the outer edges of the Martian defense grid, Reyes felt a fierce pride in her crew and her species. The aliens had thought they were containing a primitive race, but their cage had become humanity's laboratory. Every limitation had forced innovation, every barrier had inspired new solutions. "Plot course for the Jupiter garrison," Reyes ordered. "Let's see what other surprises our watchers have been hiding. It's time humanity learned the full extent of our cage, before we break it completely." The Spectre disappeared into the void, leaving no trace of its passage. The first piece of humanity's response was in motion, and the galaxy's status quo was about to face a reckoning it never saw coming. The Jupiter garrison changed everything. As the Spectre glided between the massive gas giants' moons, their sensors revealed not just a containment force, but an entire alien civilization hidden in plain sight. "Multiple structures detected on Europa," Lieutenant Patel reported, her voice tight with controlled anger. "They've built cities under the ice. Command facilities, research stations, shipyards, they've been using our system as their forward base." Commander Reyes studied the sensor data with growing resolve. The alien facilities stretched for kilometers under Europa's frozen surface, a sprawling complex that had likely been there for centuries. Not just watching humanity, but actively exploiting the solar system's resources. "New contact," Lieutenant Commander Okonjo announced. "Large vessel emerging from the Europa facility. Configuration doesn't match any of the patrol ships we've observed." The alien ship that rose from Europa's surface was massive, easily 10 times the size of the Spectre. Its crystalline structure pulsed with energy patterns that their sensors could barely comprehend. "That's their command ship," Richard said over the comm, "has to be. Energy output is off the charts." Reyes made a decision. "Begin recording all frequencies. If they're coordinating their containment operations from here, I want every transmission, every command code, every scrap of data we can gather." For 3 tense hours, the Spectre shadowed the alien command vessel, its revolutionary drive allowing them to hide in the massive ship's gravity wake. Dr. Tanaka's atmospheric analysis team worked frantically to decode the alien transmissions they were intercepting. "Commander," Tanaka called from her station, "we're picking up something unexpected. Some of these transmissions, they're not just about Earth. They're talking about other contained species." The bridge fell silent as the implications sank in. Earth wasn't unique, they were just one of many civilizations being kept in carefully controlled isolation. "How many?" Reyes asked. "At least 12 active containment operations in this sector alone," Tanaka replied, her fingers flying over her console. "Some of these species have been contained for thousands of years." Chief Richard's voice came over the comm, uncharacteristically serious. "Commander, you need to see what we just pulled from their data streams. They're not just containing these species, they're harvesting technology from them. Taking innovations from each contained civilization and incorporating them into their own technology." Reyes felt her blood boil. The aliens weren't just wardens, they were thieves, parasites feeding off the creativity and innovation of the species they imprisoned. "New transmission," Patel reported suddenly. "The command ship is ordering a containment grid adjustment. They're increasing surveillance on Earth's quantum research facilities. They might suspect something." It was time to change the plan. Humanity's revelation couldn't just be about breaking free, they had a responsibility to expose this system of exploitation to the galaxy. "Plot a course through their sensor grid," Reyes ordered. "We're going to follow their command code straight to their center of operations. Lieutenant Patel, prepare a data package for Earth. They need to know what we've discovered." The Spectre accelerated silently through space, its revolutionary drive allowing it to slip between the waves of spacetime like a fish through water. As they passed the Jupiter garrison, Reyes allowed herself a grim smile. The aliens had created their own downfall. By containing humanity, they had forced them to develop technologies that operated outside their understanding. "Multiple vessels adjusting course," Okonjo reported. "They're repositioning the entire containment grid. Something's got them spooked." "They should be scared," Richards commented. "The quantum cascade cannon's final calibration is complete. First shot will show them exactly what happens when you cage human ingenuity." As they approached the outer solar system, the true scale of the alien operation became clear. Hundreds of ships moved in precise patterns, maintaining a web of containment that had held humanity prisoner for centuries. "Picking up long-range transmissions," Tanaka announced. "They're calling for reinforcements. Something about anomalous quantum signatures near their Europa base." "Let them come," Reyes said quietly. "Every ship they send is another witness to what happens next. Navigation, maintain course for their command center. Tactical, ready all systems but do not power weapons." "Not yet." The Spectre continued its silent journey outward, gathering data with every light year. The alien network of containment and exploitation stretched far beyond their solar system, a vast web of suppression and theft that had shaped galactic development for millennia. But that was about to change. Humanity had unknowingly created something the aliens couldn't counter, a way of thinking that went beyond their technological theft. The Spectre wasn't just a ship, it was a key that would unlock every cage they had built. "Commander," Patel called out, "I'm detecting transmissions from other containment zones. Multiple species are reporting unusual activity in their quantum research. They're starting to see through the containment fields." Reyes nodded. "Just as planned. The quantum detection protocols they had developed weren't just for human use, they had deliberately designed them to be discoverable by other contained species. The revolution wouldn't just be humanity's." "Send the signal," she ordered. "Let's show every imprisoned species that their cage has cracks. It's time for the wardens to learn what happens when you try to contain evolution itself." The Spectre disappeared into deep space, carrying humanity's defiance and the hope of countless imprisoned civilizations. The age of containment was about to end, and the galaxy would never be the same the Galactic Council's central chamber was a crystalline masterpiece floating in space, its transparent walls displaying the vast expanse of stars beyond. Inside, representatives of the self-proclaimed Guardian species debated the growing crisis in their containment networks. Commander Reyes watched through the Spectre's quantum sensors as dozens of ornate alien vessels surrounded the council chamber. After 3 weeks of following their command codes, they had finally reached the heart of the oppression. Fascinating, Dr. Tanaka muttered, analyzing the council chamber's architecture. The entire structure is one giant quantum computer. They're not just meeting there, they're connecting their consciousness. Which makes this the perfect moment to introduce ourselves, Reyes said. Status report. Quantum cascade cannon at full charge, Patel reported. Adaptive shields are primed. The drive is maintaining our phase shift, they still can't see us. Engineering reports all systems optimal, Richards added. We can drop our cloak and raise shields in under half a second. Reyes took a deep breath. What they did next would change the course of galactic history. The data they had gathered proved that the Guardian species had been systematically suppressing technological advancement across the galaxy, stealing innovations, and maintaining their power through forced ignorance. Begin transmission on all frequencies, she ordered. Let's make sure everyone sees what happens next. The Spectre shimmered into visibility directly above the council chamber, its black hull absorbing light in ways that defied conventional physics. The reaction was immediate, dozens of alien weapon systems targeted them, but their adaptive shields were already learning, evolving, becoming stronger with each scan. They're hailing us, Tanaka reported. Multiple languages, they seem surprised we reached their center. Put them through. The main screen flickered to life, showing a chamber full of alien beings. Their forms were diverse, crystalline entities, energy beings, biomechanical constructs, but all shared an expression Reyes recognized, fear. This is Commander Isabella Reyes of the UES Spectre, she announced. Humanity has a message for the Galactic Council. This is impossible, a crystalline being responded, its form flickering with agitation. Your species lacks the technology to break out of our cage. Reyes interrupted. To see through your containment fields. To reach the heart of your oppressive network. Clearly, your assessment of humanity was flawed. She nodded to Patel, who activated their prepared data stream. Across every quantum frequency, proof of the Council's systematic oppression began broadcasting to the galaxy. Every contained species would see the truth. Your age of theft and suppression is over, Reyes declared. Humanity refuses to be contained, and we bring freedom to all those you've imprisoned. The council chamber erupted in chaos as the data spread. Some representatives tried to flee, others called for immediate military action. But they had already lost control. Part 5, New Dawn. The revolution, when it came, wasn't fought with weapons but with information. The Spectre's broadcast had shattered millennia of careful control. Across the galaxy, contained species began breaking through their barriers, using the quantum detection protocols humanity had shared. Multiple quantum signatures detected, Patel reported, monitoring the galactic response. Dozens of species are replicating our technology. The containment grids are failing everywhere. The council chamber had become a center of frantic activity as the Guardian species tried desperately to maintain control. But their power had always depended on secrecy and suppression. In the light of truth, their authority crumbled. Incoming transmission, Tanaka announced. It's from the Centauri containment zone. They're thanking us. Their scientists replicated our quantum drive design. Their ships are free. Similar reports flooded in from across the galaxy. Species that had been caged for thousands of years were breaking their chains, using the tools humanity had provided. The Guardian species' greatest fear had come true, their prisoners had not only escaped but had evolved beyond their control. New contacts, Okonjo reported. Ships from liberated systems are converging on the council chamber. They're offering support. Reyes stood at her command station, watching as the galaxy transformed. The Spectre had done more than break humanity's chains, it had sparked a fundamental shift in galactic society. "Commander," Richards called from engineering, "the quantum network is adapting. The liberated species are already establishing new communication channels. They're sharing innovations, collaborating. Everything the Council tried to prevent is happening naturally." The crystalline council chamber now floated in space surrounded by ships from dozens of newly freed civilizations. The Guardian species had no choice but to watch as their carefully maintained order dissolved. "This is Commander Reyes to all liberated species," she broadcast. "Humanity offers friendship and alliance. Together, we can build a galaxy based on cooperation and shared growth, not suppression and theft." The response was overwhelming. Ships from every freed civilization moved to protect the council chamber, not as prisoners or wardens, but as equals ensuring a peaceful transition. Multiple species requesting technological exchange, Tanaka reported excitedly. "They're offering innovations the council suppressed centuries ago. Commander, we're looking at an explosion of advancement unlike anything in galactic history." Reyes smiled. Humanity had done more than earn its freedom, it had catalyzed a new age of galactic cooperation. The Guardian species' fear of unrestricted technological advancement had become a self-fulfilling prophecy. By trying to contain progress, they had forced their prisoners to innovate in ways they couldn't predict or control. "Send word to Earth," she ordered. "Tell them to prepare for visitors. It's time humanity took its place among the stars, not as contained specimens, but as partners in galactic civilization." The Spectre remained above the council chamber, a symbol of the change it had brought. Humanity's first step into the greater galaxy hadn't been a celebration of military might, but a triumph of innovation and shared liberation. As ships from newly freed civilizations gathered around them, Reyes felt a profound sense of pride. They had broken more than just humanity's chains, they had shattered a system of oppression that had lasted for millennia. The galaxy was entering a new dawn, and humanity had lit the way. The end.